Hello everyone and welcome back to another Sensei series. Today we are looking at 12 guitar life hacks. These are not musical tips per se, more little things that can make your life as a guitarist a bit easier. Let's dive in. Number 1, the best way to take a guitar on a plane. Flying with a guitar is never fun. The ideal situation is to have a molded flight case packed in a box full of padding with a million fragile stickers. Of course, this is not always practical, but there are some ways to make the experience a little less painful. First, you can gate check your guitar, which means you walk your guitar right up to the door of the plane, put it down, and it's then loaded. This is often what people will do with wheelchairs and strollers. The advantage is you're with your guitar longer, and it's one of the last things that's put into cargo. I've done this countless times and have yet to have any 6-string injuries. All you need to do is ask the attendant at the front counter if this is possible. If your guitar does get broken by the airline, all you have to do is write a song and pray to God that it goes viral. You broke my Taylor guitar. Number 2, playing a song through your guitar pickups. Say you're at rehearsal and for whatever reason you need to listen to a song but you have nothing to play it through. Well, an easy way to fix this is play your song, put it up against your guitar pickup, and voila, it comes out your amp. Number 3, slowing down a recording. It's great for your musical development to learn songs by ear. Of course, this can be rather tricky when you're doing it at full speed. There's software out there that can aid you by slowing down a song without changing the pitch. I used to use the amazing slow downer all the time for assignments when I was in school. Transcribe is another one that works well. Next up, we've got number 4, the cable strap tuck. Everyone probably knows this one, but if not, there's nothing more annoying than playing your guitar, stepping on the cable, and unplugging it from the jack. You can prevent this by wrapping it around the strap. That way, if you step on it, it stays plugged in. Moving right along, number 5, the hairband capo. Say you're playing a show and oh Lord Jesus, you forgot your capo at home. Not to worry, all you need is a chopstick and a hair tie. Stick your chopstick on the fret and use your hair tie to keep it in place. Problem solved. Number 6, properly wrapping a cable. I've mentioned this one before, but it's worth going over again. To properly wrap a cable, you want to use the over-under technique. One hand holds the cable, the other comes over top, grabbing it, twisting it, making a loop. You repeat, but this time, instead of going over top, you come underneath, grab it, twist it, make a loop. You alternate back and forth until the cable is fully wrapped. The advantage is that when you unwind the cable, it unravels nice and flat. Now, if you accidentally put the cable through the wrong end and unravel it, it will create a series of knots, which is not a big deal. All you have to do is put your hand through the first one, follow it to the next one, follow that all the way to the end, pull the cable through, and voila, perfectly straight. Which brings us to number 7, use cable ties. Cable ties are these little Velcro things that keep your cables wrapped up. Here one is working hard on the job. Some people will use tape, but it leaves behind gunk and it's not reusable. You can tie off the ends of a cable with a knot, but this can shorten the life of it. Twist ties are used too, but they're annoying and slow to unwind. Do yourself a favor, buy a 50-pack. I've got them all over my studio and on all my cables. I'd also recommend using them on your pedal board instead of zip ties. If you need to change something quickly, it's way easier. On that subject, number 8, keep a clock on your pedal board. It doesn't look overly professional to pull out your phone and check the time. Whether you need to be done your set at a certain time or whatever, having a little digital clock like this one on your pedal board can be very helpful. It seems I need a new battery for this one. These little things are like $5 on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description. Number 9, periodically unplug and plug in your pedals. If you leave your pedals on your board for an extended period of time like I do, there can be corrosion that builds up between the electrical contacts. This can create undesired cracking and interference. To deal with this, periodically unplug and replug the connections. Number 10, lube the nut. Friction on guitar strings is not ideal. It can lead to tuning issues and breakages. By putting a bit of pencil lead in the nut slots, you create less friction as pencil lead is actually graphite. Alternatively, you can use a specialized product like Big Ben's nut sauce. Number 11, removing excess string without wire cutters. While I'd recommend to keep a guitar tool like this on hand so you can cut your strings, if you don't, you can wiggle around the extra bit and it'll eventually fall off. Number 12, musicians can potentially travel across Canada for free. This one is only for my fellow Canuck buddies. Via Rail has a program where you can entertain guests on their trains for complimentary travel fares. If you need to get from Toronto to Vancouver for a gig and you don't have a lot of money, this can be a great option. I do believe you need to apply for it far in advance. I'll put a link in the description with more details. And to wrap this all up, I want to include one guitar anti-life hack. I've had this little trick recommended to me a number of times and you do not want to do it. To reduce hum on your guitar amp, some might recommend you break off the ground on the power cable. Even if this does work, that third prong is a safety device that can keep you from getting electrocuted. We do not want that, do not remove it. That, my friends, is all for today, and I hope you found this information useful. If you've got some great guitar life hacks that I've missed, please feel free to let me know in the comments. I also want to remind you about the Lil Wayne exercise contest I've got going until the end of August 2017. You should be seeing a link for it somewhere up here. Thank you all so much for watching, and a big shout out to everyone who supports my channel through Patreon. If you like what I do here, please consider checking out that program as it helps ensure a future for the content I create. Thank you all again for watching. I'm Samurai Guitarist, and I will see you again soon.